Welcome everyone to Chess with TV, episode 77. Wait, 87. Got it, 87. Today is November 11th. Whoa, it's 11/11. Too bad it's not 2011. We're off by 3 years, but that's still kind of cool. Today's Funday Monday, and the goal's extra cool today. The goal is the objective this week, let me just explain a little bit for you new viewers. Funday Monday is something we do once a week on Tuesdays because we don't broadcast Monday. But other than that, we play chess with a special rule, goal, or restriction. This week's goal or restriction is you cannot move your pieces further than they can reach. I'm renaming it to arm's reach chess. And by that, I mean 2 squares. So let's say your queen wants to move. Oh, she can only reach this far. Look how long my arm is. It's about 2 squares long. So you can move your queen up to 2 squares. Same with the bishop and rook. Now, the other pieces aren't very effective. For example, the knight, it already only moves 2 squares. Same with the pawn, and you know how the knight and pawn move. Wait, that's all there is. So this affects quite a few things. The king. Great, I'm so glad I remember that. So, that actually put a bigger restriction than I was anticipating. I thought, oh, it's no problem. Who uses queens and rooks? Turns out people used to use them until they tried to use this restriction, and then they were like, these pieces are no good. So they kind of stopped using them. So we're going to try that restriction. You know, it really sets you back when you're doing that. So we're going to try that against the viewers today, playing this kind of chess against people playing this kind of chess. That way, bloop, they will have the same handicap and I won't get crushed. So let's create a game and let's give it a little bit of time, 3 minutes with 2 seconds per move, regular chess, and then we'll go play with a friend actually. Wow, look at all the weird modes I have on. I have modes on. So I'm pasting this game invitation into the chat so that people in the chat box of the live broadcast on twitch.tv/chesswiz with an H and whiz can join the game. And here they are joining right now. And look who it is, none other than Schachful, who's played me more chess than anyone else in the universe on lightchess.org. Although there are people who have played me more chess than he, not on lightchess.org. So we're going to try this restriction now. If he breaks the rule, I'm going to tell him in the chat. Just like this, I'm telling him hi, except that actually spells he. And then that's what I'll do if he breaks the rule. So you notice I cannot play bishop out where I would want to. One of these 2 squares is the most common. But I've decided to go with the 4 knights because that's actually legal. The normal positions would be too distant for the bishop. It's not within arm's reach. And I'll demonstrate my long arm again. Look at that. When you move it close to the camera, you can actually see my arm is longer than you can imagine. That's why I had to do it, because you couldn't imagine it. Okay, bishop there. I saw in games, people sent in games with of replays or recordings of people taking this challenge, and they were really lame with their bishops. I mean, they'd go 1 square and then 2 more, or they do this and then that. I think that's a waste of time, so I'm going to not do that, hopefully. Nicht wished has a suggestion for me in the chat. He says, "Sir, you should go to eat." I can tell that he's not a native English speaker. Because nicht wish, sir, you should go to school. Because you would say you should go eat, not go to eat, if you actually spoke English. With that insult, I will not eat. I just have a high metabolism. A high metabolism. That's what I have. It's a metabolism, and it's high. Higher than you. That's why I'm so skinny. Don't you wish you could eat what I eat? Which is nothing. So this is very scary now, because if he takes my bishop, I cannot recapture in red because that would be too distant for my queen. And it's even worse if I play this beautiful check, because then when he recaptures, I cannot reach with my queen because it's not within arm's reach. This queen is like too far away to help, and that's a problem. But my knight is defending right now, so maybe I should start working on bringing in my other pieces. See, this is a weird structure for him. I think I should attack. Let's bring my queen a little closer. You know, a little closer seems good to me. But I'm actually going to recapture with knight if he takes. And that's so that I can play f4 and start bringing my rooks in, because this is a bad king position. He shouldn't have done that. And so I'm going to try to attack. Knight. Maybe I should play d4, and maybe I should play knight h4. Doesn't make any sense, so d4, I suppose. Open up the center. Since his king is right over here in the circled location, I think I should be aggressive, because there's only a few moments before he actually gets it to somewhere nice looking, and then the attack possibilities are over. So I want to do something while I can do something. You're the best. You're the best, according to Nichtwischt XD. Now, I assume XD is actually, look at this chat, you're the best. There's a couple problems with this, but I'll get into that. XD is actually a face. The eyes are going, here, let me show you. It's kind of like that face. Because the D is actually a tongue sticking out, but it's sticking up. Most people use a P for tongue sticking out because they like to use P. Ooh, I'll go there. Like this. But D, lowercase d is like, and the eyes are in an X shape. So that's a great face, and I assume that's what he meant by XD at the end of his name. Now, he says you're the best, but it's the Y-O-U-R possessive form of your. So he's saying he says I possess the best. You're the best. So that sentence isn't quite complete, I think. I'm going to have to sacrifice pieces here. Here, take. What? I'm really thinking about this move, right? I mean, I don't have enough stuff guarding it, especially with my rook being so inhibited because it can only move a little distance. You see, it can only go this far, can't go 4 squares. But I just really like opening that up right across from his king. It's too bad my pieces can't move very far. And this rook is so far from getting anywhere. So I guess I'll bring it closer. I'm on the way, guys. 1, 2, 3 moves, and my rook will be in the game. That's pretty sad. This is quite a restriction. So you can see now why I'm playing against another viewer with this restriction instead of just the internet, because I would lose to the internet. What can I do? I can go in here, and then I can take his rook. Yes! I think he's going to watch out for that move, but watch out. Watching out is good. Olith123 wishes to know if castling queenside is an illegal move in this variant. Good question. I hadn't thought about that, which means I could make up an answer right now on the fly of my pants. Wow, you don't want to mix metaphors because I'm not making this up on the fly of my pants. It's the seat of my pants that I'm making it up on, which is not true. I'm not. Or I could just ask you, Olith. What do you think? Is castling queenside illegal? Oh, Lith. You have to take with knight. Oh, you did. Okay. I'm going to get down there. In a couple moves, I'm going to take you. I, unfortunately, am having a problem on my clock. Unfortunately. Yeah, you're so clever. Here, I guess. Didn't get much done this game, did I? I mean, everything traded off and I did not attack. I want to leave my knight there, so I'm going to do it this way. Knights are really strong in this variant because they're not inhibited at all, so they're worth the full 3 points, whereas rooks and queens are worth, like, well, less because they can't do what they used to be able to do. And bishops, why, they're more restricted than usual. So I would think the bishops are much worse than knights in this variant. This is just dawning on me for the first time. That's why I'm named Dawn. Sorry, that's why I'm saying it. So I think it's fascinating. Next game I'm going to try to take his knights with my bishops because my bishops are so lame in this variant, whereas my knights have their full capacity. So that's what I should try to do, is chase down his knights. Of course, I won't be able to for the same reason that I don't have to defend that, because there's no way this rook is going to come down. Guys, something cool is happening right now. You can't see it because it's off the screen, but right up here, above the black rook on e8, he's giving up his rook for my knight because knights are so powerful. Let's see how it works. The knights might be better than rooks because a rook in the center of the board can move up to 8 squares on an empty board. 1, 2, and then that's it. 1, 2, and that's it. 1, 2, and that's it, and that's it, and that's it. And that's how it goes. Now, that's interesting to me because a rook and a knight have the same power in the center of the board. A knight also can move only to 8 squares. Oops. I should have had my king up there. Kings are very powerful in this variant because they can also move 8 squares. Dan 2016, are you running for president, Dan? Here's the chat again. Dan is in the chat, and he wishes to say, where's my last name? I have only first names. Okay, I'm just going to take this way. Dan wants to know if there's a new variant. No, Dan. ChessWiz is just bending the rules of the universe to make this happen, even though it doesn't happen. In this case, a new variant is being played that doesn't exist. The variant is rooks, bishops, and Rooks, bishops, and what else is affected in this thing? Is it just, oh, and queens, yes, which move like rooks and bishops stacked on top of each other, have a restriction, which is they can only move within arm's reach, which is 2 squares. The other pieces also have that restriction, but it's unaffecting of their power. I think that's the correct grammar. Go, pawn, go. And you know what's going to happen when I get a queen? It's not going to be able to move very far, so maybe I should promote to a knight, which we've learned is very powerful. Here comes my queen. It's on the way. This is weird. Unfortunately, it's still check. Ask someone in chat, is it still check if it's on a long distance? The rules of chess says that it's check, and that's a problem because you have to move out. Ruy chess won't let him move here. It'll actually just restrict his movement from that move. And so that's too bad. So that's a special rule to the special rule. If you're playing this over the board, forget about that weird long check because that's not part of the game. We have to just put up with it because this website doesn't actually have this variant. And so he's now taking advantage of that in a cheater sort of fashion. You're a cheater! I don't like. But I think I can win even though he's doing that. I have to move out of check, but if you were really playing arm's reach chess over the board, then don't use that rule. Instead, use the real rule, which says you're not in check at that distance because the queen can't move that far. I should really make a knight, don't you think? Can you even? No, I should make a queen. Because think about it. Let's say you want to checkmate your opponent and you have only a queen and king. You could still do that really easily, even in this variant. Your queen and king just crush him. However, if you have a knight, you cannot crush anything. So I'm going to say that a queen is probably better. Yeah, that was a bad move. Take that. Now I win. GG. GG. Good game. Thanks for the game. And then I'm going to type in this chat, GG, because I just like rubbing it in that I was the victor. If only my name were Victor, then I could say Victor was the victor. Actually, I could say that right now. Victor was the victor. Not everything that people say is true, especially on the internet, so watch out. All right, so Schachfel wants to play another game. His name is actually pronounced Schach, FL, but we're going to ignore that for now. We're going to click decline invitation and just send another invitation out to the universe. I mean the viewership. Because what are we doing? Play with a friend. Because I'd like to give a variety of people a chance to play. Now, you know what happens. This guy, Schachfel, has a computer that's one of the fastest computers around. So he's able to click this link. Watch, here's the chat. Ready? Paste and go. Who's going to click this link? I'll bet you it's Schachfel. I communicated with another viewer who I communicate with by telephone, and he told me he was trying to click this link once on one of these episodes when I was sharing links, and he could not do it. I did it like 10 or 12 times, and Schachfel won every time. Except this time, look at this. Ill of Stickers is here. And we know who that is because Stickers is not that common to live. Maybe he spelled olive wrong. Olive Stickers, that's what I would buy. And look, Stickers is over here too, so it's probably the Stickers guy, if you ask me. Why does always say I lost? Why? Why? That saved me time. I could type more emphatic punctuation marks because I didn't have to type the W and H. It was great. How about a French defense? He says I lost, which probably implies that I played an illegal move. I want to take his knights. Take his knights with my bishops is the plan. Don't forget. Should I fianchetto? Yeah, look how safe my rook is. Ha ha ha, you can't reach it. That's weird. I'm coming to take your knight. Now I see why people do this. Now I see why people make one move here and one move here. It's to get something done with their lame bishop. I'm going to assume he won't cheat and take this. Oh. I got owned by Olaf. Look what he did. See, he says, you lost because you bet that I will click the link. He didn't click it in order to make me lose. You're amazing, Olaf. You amaze me with your maze. This is a weird position. For you tuners just tuning in with your tuners, you should not wonder about this connection by the bishops. They're just friendlying each other. They're not actually able to take each other because bishops can only move 2 squares in this variant. Only 2 squares at most. And I'm not playing knight c6 because I don't want him to trade his lame old bishop that can only move 2 squares for my all-powerful knight, which can move like a knight. I'm excited to do that. So I'm interested. What do people think? Should you be allowed to castle queenside? It's true that the rook moves 3 squares when you castle queenside, so this calls for tugging on your nose. I don't think you can do it to it. Those bishops are too powerful. My knights cannot come out there without being afraid for their lives. But I'm going to try. Yeah, bishops in the center are still too powerful because they also can attack 8 squares. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whereas a knight, take a knight for example. It could do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to look cool, guys. You got to be patient, but I'm working on it. Okay, and a rook can do this. Also 8 squares. So my conclusion is that a queen is best because a queen can attack 16 squares from the center of the board. 2, 4, 6, 8, 16. Yep. And then the other pieces are all equal. So that's the new theory, is that everything's worth the same. Does it seem accurate to you? No, I don't know. I don't even know what's the best. Maybe we should ask Gary Kasparov or maybe Carlsen. Both of those names have K in them. Maybe I should change my name in order to improve at chess. Okay, I'll trade with you. And then I'll go here. No, you'll win my pawn. No! Ha! King out! See, the other thing about this game is that there's less power on the board. Because the queen is less powerful, the rook is less powerful, there's less power. And that tells me that I can be more bold with my king. There's less danger because there's less power. It's like you've already traded off the queens because the queens aren't as powerful as they were. It makes sense to me. Dan, spoiler from Dan. He wishes to tell you that Carlsen lost today. Did he lose the game? Maybe he shouldn't have been thinking so hard. For you players of the game, you get my reference, and now you lose perhaps. Oh, I lost the game. However, for the players who don't play the game, they are wondering what I'm talking about. For you wonderers, you should use your internet to search for the game. And if you find it, you will be very sorry you did search for it. 100% sorry. I think I'm winning here because I have a knight against bishop. But it's dubious. A popular chess with TV word is to say that anything is dubious, including dubious. The word dubious is dubious because it has a U in it right near the beginning. Who would do that? So it's pretty dubious. But my knights are looking pretty powerful now. I'm loving it. Wait, that's a slogan from McDonald's. I don't agree. I need to move a little closer to my knights. I wanted to play e5, but the danger was he would take my knight, which checks me in red, and I wouldn't be able to capture back with my queen because it's out of arm's reach. So I moved a little closer. Now that's solved. Unfortunately, he got a chance to get away, but look how powerful my pieces are. Powerful pieces. Totally tragic. You've pinned me. I didn't care. Bring my things in. I think this is interesting position. Here come the rooks. Yeah, I think that's a good move because it come a little further next. Ooh, I have tiredness. Where should I should sell it. I should put it in bottles and sell it. Nobody's selling tiredness right now. Probably because there's a new market opportunity. Anyone want some tiredness? Low price. I can't get it in a bottle. I don't know what I'm talking about. Probably because I have too much tiredness. I'm excited to maneuver my knight, though. Exciting times. I think I'm winning here, guys. If you want to just chime in chat and tell me if you think I'm winning, I'd be interested because I'm not really sure. It just feels like I'm winning since my pieces are actually doing something. My opponent's pieces are fishing around like fishermen. So it makes me feel good, but I'm not really sure if it's an advantage for me. Let's leave his bishop on a bad color square. You can see it's brown bishop and brown pawn there. So that's good for me. Meanwhile, I'll run down a little further here. Now I'm threatening this. Now, unfortunately, I'm not threatening his queen because rooks cannot move that far. But it's still more space for me, more power, more activity. This is a weird kind of chess, I must admit. I'm so glad weird rhymes with beard. It really makes Chess with TV better because anytime I say weird, I can just add beard to it and make it better. For example, weird beard. You will lose on time is my prediction. What about this move, Matty Bot? Did you anticipate that? I'm going to go down to 1 second just for you. Here we go. 10, 9, 8. Just to prove you wrong. I'm like Olith 1, 2, 3 on steroids, even though steroids are not good for you. 2, 1, 0. Okay, now let's see if I lose on time. Or if I lose my queen. 4 seconds. See, look at that. There's an increment. Matty Bot, you're so wrong about me losing on time. You're 100% wrong. 100%! You're not like just 50% wrong on this. You're major wrong. Major wrong is related to general cleanup. What just happened? Did Matty Bot hack into the server and change my time? Because this says 0, but I was sure I had like 3, and 3 is not 0. Okay, I'm embarrassed. I mean, You win, Matty Bot! You win! How did you run me out of time? I want to know how you did that. Did you come into my room and did you turn my clock down? Because I think that's what you did. I was being more careful than that. Also, I had no queen, so it's kind of a relief that I ran out of time because that was pretty rough not having a queen. But still, you seem cheating-y to me. GG to you, I guess. Wow, that was a great move. Sneaking up on that knight fork so you could just win my queen while attacking my king and my rook at the same time. That's what happened to me that game. I should have watched out for pinned pawns, but I didn't. Let's look at a viewer game right now instead. Instead of just playing more chess, which is the same, let's do something more different. In this case, look at a game played by a viewer. Now, I have one right here because a viewer sent in a game of being played in this kind of chess. And I'm going to show you this game because it has remarkable similarity to what you just saw. In fact, you'll agree. You're going to agree when you see it. E4 is the first move. This game was actually played by Shockful because he just loves Chess with TV. So he not only did he submit games to Funday Monday, but he also is watching right now and fighting Chess Whiz in this variant. So he just loves, actually, this kind of chess, this arms reach chess is not that great. There's better variants out there, like King of the Hill chess, guys. It's pretty cool. But still, if you love Chess with TV, you got to play arms reach chess because that's what's happening right now. E4, E5, knight f3, knight c6, d4, pawn takes, c3, pawn takes, knight takes, c3. Do you like this opening? I kind of do, but I like playing bishop here, which is, of course, illegal in arms reach chess, and letting the enemy just take another pawn. And at that point, I have to decide, do I want him to take my rook? And then I decide no, and so I take his pawn back with the bishop. Now, that's called the Danish Gambit. Insane variation. But I like to do it, especially in games that have no time on the clock and no increment. There's a ghost in your house, according to Boraz. I don't think I can trust anyone whose name is Boraz, so we're going to just ignore that part. Bishop b3 and bishop g5. When I first saw this game, I thought, what a loser playing the white pieces, doing this with his bishop. But now that I've actually tried arms reach chess, I think this is a brilliancy. In 2 moves, he made his bishop useful. Only 2 moves. Usually it takes 2 moves to do that same thing. And look, the same thing now with the other bishop. Oh, bishop d3, and trade bishops, and kick the knight away. Kick the knight away. That sounds like a song to me. Trade knights. Okay, so the coolness is about to come. Coolness is about to come. Oh, Olith has had an excellent idea. Check this out. I'm going to draw on his idea. Are you ready? Are you ready? In green, I'm drawing on your idea. Guys, I bet you've never drawn on an idea before. But I have. That was actually my first time drawing on anyone's idea, but it was pretty fun. So we're going to watch some destruction, and then we're going to try his idea, which is King of the Hill arms reach chess. Why not? Let's do it. Okay. Ready for the destruction? Just a few moves away here. Knight f4, save that amazing knight. Knight in, amazing knights. The rooks have to come in here sometime. I don't know why you play b3. I don't know. Queen up. Rook's coming in. Rook's... Oh, black isn't even playing by the rules. He's some anonymous guy. He's actually anonymous. And he's not playing by the arms reach rule. So it's really, really tough for white. But this is going to be good because white's playing by the rules. Take. Okay, bishop. Trade. White's doing okay. It's going to get worse in 2 moves. This represents 2. It's sign language. I hope you guys know sign language because this is 2 in sign language. Here we go. Ready? 1 move away. Do you see what's going to happen now? Does this look familiar? Did you just see a knight that attacks a king, a queen, and a rook, and a pinned pawn can't capture that knight? Well, I did 2 times. And this is the 2nd time. Fortunately, it didn't happen to me this time. It happened to our friend... Wait, let me switch views here. It happened to our friend... Schachful. I don't know if that was zoomed for you, but I didn't even mean to zoom. Look at that. Schachful got forking. I guess he got... I would have said... I just about said he got forked, except he didn't. He forked his opponent. Wow. So you guys, this is the lesson to take away from Funday Monday. Don't move your king and queen and rook to a square that a knight can fork and your pin is pawned and, you know, you can take it from there. Don't do that. It's dangerous and it's definitely bad for your queen because at this point, black resigned. Nice play, Schachful. Good job in arms reach chess. But I'm really excited to take your idea now that I've drawn on it. So let's go. Play with a friend. Variant King of the Hill. Hello, Fianchetto. He's joined late, but you see he's got 1, 2, 3 in his name. That's very suspicious. Very suspicious. Do you know why? Because let me get my scroll wheel up here. Scroll to the top of the chat, and you'll notice Olith123 joins the chat, and then BML Shaw123 joins the chat, and then what do you think happens next? Chesswiz says, "What's with all the 1, 2, 3?" This conversation occurred before Chesswiz TV even existed. I went on air and you saw this countdown page. It looked like this right here, and there was a counting downing right going on. And then during that time, that conversation occurred. Everyone was 1, 2, 3. So now I'm a little suspicious of what is going on because where was I? Everyone seems to have 1, 2, 3 in their name, including Fianchetto 1, 2, 3. I don't even know what to think. But let's play some King of the Hill Arms Reach chess right now. I've pasted the link in the viewer chat, so someone's going to join, and we know who it is. And then we're going to play first player to get your king into the center of the board wins without moving your pieces beyond arm's reach. For those of you just tuning in, this is Funday Monday, and it's on Tuesday because I say so. The challenge today is to not move your pieces beyond arm's reach, which is about this far. Look how long my arm is. Guys, you should all get internet broadcasting things so that you can do what I'm doing and broadcast on the internet and go like this and be like, whoa, my arm is so long. Or you could just look in the mirror and then be amazed. It actually looks a lot longer in a webcam. In an arm's reach chess, you cannot move your pieces further than arm's reach, which is 2 squares. So your bishop, so your queen, for example. It can move here, but it cannot move in the red. That's too far for you tuner-inners just now. For the people who've been here for a while, they're like, why does he keep saying the same thing? Well, you try being on the internet. You have to repeat yourself. Not everyone listens on the internet, if you can believe it. I know you guys are great and you listened the first time. But some people, everybody else actually, don't listen. Well, District Rucraft, for example, is cheating. You are a shot. You're a cheater, is what that says, because he moved his queen so far in 1 move. So if he's watching the stream and cheating at the same time, I don't know what to think. I said you're a cheater. Aren't you playing arms reach chess? And then I'm adding some punctuation there. And then let's go Twitch. Twitch.tv/chesswiz. So now he's going to tune in and be so distracted that he'll lose. I hope that's what happens. Okay, so what's happening in chat now? What is happening? There's a man named Brown Doodoo. We're going to assume that's a man because no woman would name themselves Brown Doodoo. It says, great stream. I never play chess and I'm not very good at it, but this is very interesting and entertaining. That's pretty dubious. I mean, here I am doing a chess broadcast and people who don't play chess are watching. What does that say about my chess ability? About nothing. I will accept a take back, because my chess ability is poor. Or at least my ability to entertain is better than my ability to play chess, which I guess that could be a good thing. And then it says, I think if you live alone in that house, you're wrong because I saw a ghost. Yeah, Boraz, you're probably in my house, aren't you? Zordid says he saw it too. Okay, so District Rucraft is now going to play by the rules. He says, I missed it. So that's good. That was pushed up by all these take-back propositions. propositions, which are about, above, along, beside. Oh wait, those are prepositions. We have proposed a take back. So now we're going to play by the rules. District Rootcraft is now going to play arms reach chess. Excellent. So he says, how far can you move? 2 square. 2 squares. Are you watching the stream? You guys can't see that because my face is covering it up. However, if you could see it, then that's what it would say. Stickers.cc is talking in chat. I don't even care. And on YouTube, you can be entertained for hours. That's true, guys. I recently was broadcasting on Thursdays, and then I cut that out of the schedule with my digital scissors. That's the second time I've used that joke today, by the way, which is a bad idea. If you're doing stand-up comedy sitting down, don't use the same joke twice. It's lame, which is why you're sitting down, because lame people can't walk. Who's cheating now? Oh, you guys are talking about the previous ability. Okay, so notice that District Rootcraft has never played King of the Hill. He has a dash next to the flag here, so I'll have to be careful that he doesn't also just lose. So District Rootcraft, since you're watching stream, watch very closely. See this box I'm drawing on the screen? If you move your king into that box, you win instantly. So be careful to do that. All I can say is be careful to do that. So I'm learning a little bit about this variant. Your bishops are powerful once you get them out, but it can take a couple of moves for that to happen. But once your bishops are... What? Oh, I guess he's thinking, well, it's King of the Hill. I guess I better prepare my king for the hill. But I don't know. King E1 is his move, kind of. Gonna bring my pieces, arrange them, and get them ready to go. Don't know what he's gonna do. He says, thanks, but I know the rules. Okay, I'm moving my face now so you can see that. How come I'm not covering stuff? I used to be in the lower right, and then they made this huge blob of a thing right there. I guess I'll be up here. This is pretty cool. Watch, I can float. Whoa, if I were a mime, then I would not be talking. If I were a mime, then I would not be talking. What kind of... Oh, it's because I'm covering up my clock. See? I'm covering up my clock with my face. That's why I have to hang out over here in this corner. So, for those of you wondering how I can float around the screen like that, it's because I'm using a program called OBS, and it stands for something. It doesn't actually mean observes, which is how you type OBS on the internet. Observes is OBS. It stands for something about broadcasting. The B is for broadcast. And that allows me to fly around the screen. So you should get that program. Just search the internet for OBS and broadcast, and then you can fly around your screen too. It's easy. So he's trying to come in here like this, but that's because he's never played King of the Hill before. He thinks he can just do blah, blah, blah. But in King of the Hill, it's not that simple. You can't. So we're going to demonstrate that to him right now. The reason you can't is because there's all these pieces here, and they're going to guard those squares. I'll have to be a little careful to make sure that he can't, but I guess I'll trade off my bishop because, you know, bishops aren't very good in arms reach chess. They're just not. Arms reach chess is not a very good name either because it's got so many consonants in it. For you English people, you know what that is, but for you other people, I'll tell you. It's letters that aren't A, E, I, O, or U, or Y that goes E instead of yeah. I hope that helped. Oh, King D1. He's playing wisely. He says, oh, I might get checkmated. I guess I gotta move back here. Okay, so now that I've developed everything, what am I supposed to do? That's correct, if that's what it's called. Hobbs. Oh, sorry about bumping that thing. Okay, so I have to decide what to do right now. Interesting. All my pieces are out on the board. I'm ready to go. Ready to play some chess. What should I do? Should I just move my king over in preparation? Or what's going to happen? I guess I'll open up the center. It's going to be good. District Rootcraft is just going to run out of time. I wonder if craft is short for StarCraft. What would the Ru mean, I wonder? District Ru. Is that from Hunger Games? Because there's districts in Hunger Games. Maybe there's a District Ru. I thought they had numbers like District 12, but there could be a District Ru. I didn't pay that much attention to that. A piece of media. A piece of media is the phrase I use when I don't know whether it's a book or a movie or both, so I just say it's a piece of media. It works great. See how smart I seem when I use words like that? Never mind. This would be pretty cool. No, it's not. I thought I would have him pinned, but my rook is too slow. Oh, I received a transmission from District Ru. Now, you didn't receive it because I'm covering up the chat with my face. That's why. But I received it. And the transmission says, It's a message. It says, I'm from Russia. That explains the Ruy. It's short for Russia. And so that's why he's got Ruy in his name. I hope that helps. What am I supposed to do? Ruy. I really don't know what to do. I mean, with these slow pieces, it's slow. The whole game is kind of slow. It's hard to get across the board. I'm once again really feel like I'm winning though. Look at all the stuff I'm just taking for free. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's not fair. He should be able to take with queen, but he can't because Lichess doesn't know that's a variant. Lichess thinks that would put him in check. He doesn't know that the queen cannot move that far. And I'll use the same trick here. See, he should be able to take this bishop because you know rooks can't move that far. Oops, I can take this way. But Lichess won't let it happen, so I'm sorry about that incongruency. Oh, I forgot it's King of the Hill Test. What a doofus I am. What a... I totally forgot. I mean, look at this. Replay and analyze this game. At the end of the game, not the end of the page, end of the game, why is it scrolling down? The end key no longer works. At the end of the game, all I have to do to keep him from winning is move my queen here. That's not a very well-drawn arrow, so let me just do that again. Move my queen right here. That's a perfect arrow. Check, and he can't get anywhere useful. In fact, there's actually checkmate. All I had to do was like checkmate him. That would have won the game. Notice that's checkmate. Notice that, District Ruy. I could have checkmated you. And I cheated. Because look, my last move was rook up 3 squares. It's like my punishment for cheating is losing instantly. Blocking off the communication of my bishop. It's like my illegal move made me lose anything else and he can't enter. Because my bishop covers this and my queen covers this. And he can't get in the board. And then I just cheat and lose. I deserve it. Chess EG wants to play a 5-minute casual standard game. This is like out of the blue. Which is a saying that means I didn't see it coming. I guess I'll join your game, Chess EG, and see what happens. Because it's Funday Monday, we can do whatever we want, including things we want to do. That's really all it includes for sure. The other stuff, you don't know. You don't know for sure, but you know that it includes that. What a blunder. I blunderedly cheated at arm's reach chess. Maybe Thibaut, maybe you should add arm's reach chess to Lichess. Or maybe you shouldn't because it's actually dumber than chess, but maybe you should because it's kind of different than chess. I don't know. I made it up, by the way. I made it up with my brain. I think it might have been my foot, but I think it was my brain. I invented it. So I had to have that going for me. So right now we're playing an unrated 5-minute game of chess, and I have no idea why. But I'll just move the pieces around and see what happens. Maybe something will come of this. Maybe it will be entertaining, which is the whole point of the cast. If you guys are bored right now, I'm failing. So I hope you're excited by these chess moves. I can't even say with a straight face because look at this. It's like a game of chess. It's so boring. I can't believe you're even watching a man on the internet move the chess pieces around on his screen because it's very boring. The reason I play bishop here is because it's the furthest I could move. Actually, I didn't want to go any further. These easy moves are bad. This one he takes with a pawn. This one is lame check because he just blocks with his pawn. And this one is actually the worst of all. Hey, that looks kind of like fireworks. So that's why I went there. I explained myself. That makes it a little more interesting, right? Because then when you go on the internet, you can find a man explaining chess moves. There is that right there on the internet. Internet's a big place and it's a good thing because I would not want to take up the entire internet with this chess game. It would be a waste of bandwidth, if you know what I mean. Olith is boasting. You can't do that. Take that back, Chess EG. I can't believe it. I knew he could trap my queen. I knew he could play here and my queen can't escape because of this common trap. But you're cheating, Chess EG. Are you not playing the kind of chess where you can't do that? Because look how far your bishop moved. So there's 2 possibilities. Either he realized he cheated because it's arms reach chess. Arms reach. More punctuation now. You chatted. And now he's laughing. Ha 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 ha. I saw that. saw that with my saw. So I can't believe he would actually rub it in my face like that. Move your take back now. Actually, I'm going to cancel the proposition, proposition, and propose another one. Will you marry me? I mean, will you give me a take back? I propose. Olaf boasts that he's played a 180-minute game in 180 seconds and won. But if I remember correctly, Olaf123, you got second place in that chess game. What's that noise? Oh, it's people challenging me up here. You guys can't even see it because Chess with TV is covering it up. You didn't stop saying that. So now the chat is running behind my face. So I'll just cover up the chess. Who even cares about that? He accepts that, yeah. Arms reach. Are you watching? Question mark, exclamation mark. And now I have to type it again. Twitch, http://twitch.tv/chesswiz. You can't cheat with your bishop. Good thing I can type really fast, otherwise we'd be here all day without cheating. Sorry the bishop is so loud. Sorry the keyboard is so loud, guys. You can't cheat without cheating. It's a rule of cheating. That with cheating you must cheat. You can only cheat with cheating and not without. The keyboard is loud because it's this thing. I'm not kidding. This is my keyboard. It has no letters on it. Look. It's just like, so I have to have my eyes closed. Otherwise I get confused. If I look at the keyboard, I'm like, what am I doing? So I close my eyes and then I can type. Do you think this is funny, Chess EG, that you're just cheating again? He says he doesn't have time. I'm gonna propose another take back. I don't know what to do now. Should I just beat you? Give up my queen and lose? And then the reason it's so loud is because I have this microphone that's shaped like a you-know-what. And it's right next to my keyboard. So obviously it picks up the sound of the keyboard really well. So it's pretty fancy. He says he's going to win. I can't believe you would do that, Chess EG. You are banned from... grade. You're not banned. But if you could be banned, you'd be banned. If only the creator of Lit Chess were online right now, I could just send him a quiet message. Be like, by the way, you should probably ban Chess EG for being a person who moves his bishop really far and traps my queen. You should probably ban him. Dan mentions to me that I could add time to his clock. Really, Dan, did you know you can use a sword to cut your throat? Swords cut throats, and you can use a sword to cut your throat. That's an ability you have. In the same way, I could add time to his clock, which would cause me to die in this chess game. So they seem similar to me, but I don't recommend applying swords to throats because it could be harmful to your health. In the same way, do not add time to your opponent's clocks. You're learning a lot at Chess with TV today, especially about clocks. But thanks for the tip. Thanks for letting me know I could add time if I just feel like losing. I'll take your advice. Thanks. Oh, Ornikar is in the chat. Okay, great. Okay, so see this guy named Ornikar 2? That's the real Ornikar. The first Ornikar, he's not real. It's the 2 Ornikar that's real. And he says he's here. Great, Ornikar. Here's what I need, a small favor from you, because this guy actually created the entire chess universe that is lichess.org. He's that cool, so if you like this website, you should probably send him a less than 3 or maybe a capital S, number 2. Did you know you can do that? Watch this. Watch this. Capital S, number 2. If you squint, it looks like a heart sitting on a thing. What happened? What happened? I don't even know what happened. White resigned, black's victorious. You know what I think just happened? I think Thibaut, aka Ornikar 2, just went in the server and was like, let's just flip the switch right here and make white resign. Did he do that? I'm wondering if Chess EG didn't even mean to resign, if he got resigned by the creator of lichess.org. I think that would be pretty cool. And cheating, just like when he played bishop g5. But I'm not sure if it's true. Maybe he just did resign because his behavior is erratic and he accidentally trapped my queen and then he accidentally resigned. It could have been that way too, we just don't know. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, Ornikar, you should probably watch the recording on YouTube and check like minute 40, starting around minute 40, and just see the shenanigans that Chess EG tried to pull on me. I can't even believe it. I can't believe it. So look at these challenges over here that are behind my name. Boop. Let's check them. They're slow and boring. But we'll try New Balance. Look, he wants to do the same thing. I can't believe I would do this. I'm liable to fall asleep during the game. But we'll try it. New Balance, I assume. New Balancey. So I got to ask right now, arms reach first. Because if he plans to cheat, he should tell me first. That's only fair that if you're going to break the rules, you warn your opponent that you're going to break the rules. For those just tuning in, I have said on your behalf. We're playing a special variant today where your pieces cannot move further than arm's reach, which is 2 squares. So the rook, queen, and bishop are quite impacted. They can move only 2 squares, which is this far. You can see how far it is. But the other pieces, like the king and knight and pawn, they're not affected because they can only move as far as they can reach. New balance is not here. This symbol means that. So let's abort. Abort mission. Abort. I've received a link in the chat, so I'm going to just see what that is, because that's a great idea, is to just click random links while you're streaming your screen on the internet. So let's see what happens. He says, this is the immortal game. So let's see what it is. Whoa, okay, so white's not playing arm's reach, but that doesn't matter. We don't know what this is. It looks kind of like poor chess. Oh, I know what this is now. This is a game between ChessWhiz and Shockful, and it was 180 minutes and 180 seconds. I'm so glad he dug this out of the grave, because I want to see who wins this game. So you can see black is the ChessWhiz player. This was a game that was played. Whoops, I didn't mean to hit that button. I meant to hit this button. Pretty nice. See the new schedules down here? Thursday's missing. Too bad. This was played during a broadcast while I was doing other things. I don't remember what episode it was, but I was also playing this chess game with him, and I was black. So you can see my great moves. I took his queen. We were not playing our tip-top quality chess in this game. We made some mistakes, some on purpose and some by accident. But the point is, good chess was played. So let's see what happened. I took his stuff. You know what? I just remember taking all his stuff. Why does he say he won? Why does he say it was a draw? Didn't I win this game? Look at that. I'm so winning. I think he gave up. Oh. That's right. We got to this position, and then we agreed to a draw, because I saw that his king could move to g2 and f1 and g2 and f1 back and forth and create 3-time repetition. I couldn't find a way to win. That's why I gave him the draw. So that was a game, and it was a draw, and it was 180 minutes and 180-second increment. I'm so glad that we did that, and I'm ready to move on and play someone else. And I'm going to play this person, Shockful, of course, because he proposes the shortest time control. And you know there's a graph, and it looks like this. Time control, fast and slow, and then over here is how good ChessWhiz does. And you'll notice that when it gets fast, ChessWhiz does better, because the line is sloped like this. It's so hard on the camera to do this. Slow doing bad, fast doing well. The elbow represents what's been happening so far. But we're coming up to the fingertips right now because it's a little bit faster. So I'm excited to play some arms reach chess. I better reload this page. Ornikar, now that you're watching, I should just tell you that I have to refresh the page just about every time because the sound doesn't work on your website. And that's probably because I have 7 tabs of your website open. I think it's related to having multiple tabs trying to access my Chrome on Windows 7 64-bit on my ThinkPad W520. Does that help you troubleshoot it? It's actually a W520, which used to be an amazing computer. And now it's still worth like $500. So for you viewers who are watching, I'll give you a little bit of trivia. This computer is used only for broadcasting and recording videos, because I also make videos. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can find under featured channels, you can find my other channel. I have 2 YouTube channels. But you have to do that on your own time. I'm not going to waste the other viewers' time showing you that because everyone else already knows about it. Only you don't know. Isn't that interesting? If I say only you don't know, then it's true for all the people who are listening who it is. That's very interesting to me. That's why I said it. Anyway, this is my dedicated machine, so I'm very committed to ChessWhiz TV, using a W520 for only that purpose, so I hope you appreciate. But as I was saying, I have to refresh the page because the sound doesn't work. So you might want to look into that. I'm using Chrome version 38.0.2125.111M. So I hope that that helps you troubleshoot the problem as well. It's actually just the latest version of Chrome at this time, which is about to be not the latest version of Chrome because they update it like every 2 hours. They're like, oh, we just invented something new, and you won't notice the difference. So it's time to update. It doesn't actually tell you that. It just updates in the background. If you ever check your Chrome version every day, you might notice that it changes a lot. What am I doing? Cheating is what I'm doing. Let's move that not so far. Ornikar can't produce the bug. We'll try reproducing the bug. Oh, he can't reproduce the bug. Try 7 tabs and playing 1-second chess. It worked for me a lot. Try playing 2 games at once with 7 tabs. playing really fast chess. Also, there's a ghost in the chessboard. Very annoying bug. If you move fast enough, like it happens to me in this opening. Oh, I can't take your pawn because I'm too short. I'm not actually too short in the universe. My bishop cannot move that far, which is why I said I'm too short. I'm so glad you're here listening. I can't close my other tabs or in a car. I'm a user of the internet. I have to have a lot of tabs open. He says, try closing your other tabs. I can't even believe you even suggest that. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. Should I move out of reach? Yeah, you can't reach me now. That's pretty cool. You can stop the glowing by mousing over. Ooh, that's a new feature. Now it's not glowing. That's so useful. I'm so glad my screen's not glowing right now. I'm really glad that I used that feature in order to watch what's going to happen. He's going to play knight here, and then I'm going to push my pawn, and then he's going to check me and win my queen. It's oh, look at that. I can move over here, and then it won't happen. This is tough. This weird variant is very tough. Adnarak says about my W520, which is a nice ThinkPad, but he has the Y470, and to that I say Y470. Yeah, the Y470 is pretty good too, although I've never tried it. I think it's pretty good. I agree. I've only used the T30, the T60, the T61, the W520, and I guess I've used the R60 and the I've also used the T420 and the T440, and I think that, no, 430 and 410. The 400 line is really nice now. If you're thinking about getting a laptop, I would recommend the Lenovo ThinkPad T440. It's expensiver, and so if you don't want one that expensive, then you should buy the T430, which you'll have to get used. And if you don't like that because it's too expensive, then they get the T420. Just keep subtracting 10 until you can afford it. And at that point, you should try it out and buy it, because those laptops are built pretty nice, and I like them a lot. And I'm out of time, so that's the end of my story. Now I have to play quickly. Bring your rook a little closer so I can take it. And then you can remember, oh yeah, my other rook can't guard that far. Too bad. Everyone's saying what laptops they have in chat. I find that to be fascinating. I'm fascinated by you saying that, guys. Oh, I don't have enough stuff. Oh, I do. Never mind. Guess I'll take. Because now I'm ahead of pawn. Which I'll promote to a queen. Then I'll be ahead of queen. What? You cheater! You moved your rook too far and I don't have time. I don't have time to blame you for it, so I'm just going to cheat too. What's going on? Why aren't I way ahead? Oh, thanks for doing that. Whew, makes me feel a lot better. I cheated only because you cheated, Shockful. I wouldn't have cheated if you hadn't cheated. You chat first. That says you cheated first. I'll show you. Right down here. Look at that. Look at that move you made, Shockful. Just look at it. Read it and weep is what they say, although you can't really read a chessboard. Boom! I only cheated because you did. Does that make you feel better? I don't think so. But it makes me feel better. I feel a lot better when I cheat against people who cheat than people who don't cheat. So, unfortunately, guys, it's about time to stop the broadcast. I really enjoyed today. That was fun. We broadcast Tuesdays and Saturdays, so if you're watching on Tuesday, great. Come back on Saturday. The time is 4 p.m. UTC, which is 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern. No, it's not. 11 a.m. Eastern. And 9 a.m. Mountain Time, unless you're in Arizona, which is Mountain Time, except it doesn't have daylight savings. Mind blown. Get out of Arizona if you're in there, because the daylight savings is so weird it doesn't exist. Anyway, the challenge for next week is, Funday Monday next week, challenge is... Wait, I forgot. Oh yeah, it's grandfather clock chess, which is another invention that I created. It's like tick-tock, tick-tock. One of your pieces has to tick-tock, tick-tock, and I'll tell you which one it is. It's the king. Every 5 moves, you have to move your king. Like a clock, which moves every 5 moves. But it's not quite. I mean, you can move your king twice in a row. Here's what you have to do. Any given stretch of 5 moves is okay if there's a king move in that stretch. So let's say you make 4 moves that aren't king moves. The 5th move has to be a king move. Anytime you've made 4 moves that weren't king moves, the 5th one has to be a king move. And to avoid that problem, don't make 4 moves that aren't king moves. Make 4 moves that are king moves. Then you can do whatever you want for the next 4 moves, unless they're all not king moves, which would require a king move after that. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you. What's going to happen? Well, you're going to move a few pieces and then have to move your king. And then move a few pieces and have to move your king. Move a few pieces and have to move your king. And your king will go like this. Like a grandfather clock. Am I brilliant or stupid? You decide, but it's going to be fun. So it's going to be like slow chess. Don't get your queen under attack when you have to move your king, or your queen will die. Or you'll cheat. One of those could happen. So it should be interesting. If you're viewing right now, you might want to challenge some of the viewers, a viewer, to this game, this variant, and just try it out. If you're on YouTube, too bad, because there's probably no way you'll ever find anyone who will agree to play this with you. But you could go on lichess.org, lichs.org, and play it even though your opponent is not playing it and hope for the best. Or you could join a game and be like, guys, play grandfather clock chess in the chat, and he'll be like, what are you doing? He'll close the chat box and beat you. So unfortunately, there's not a lot of ways to try it. I guess you could try it over the board. But we'll see. Hang around next week. Next Tuesday, we'll play it against the viewership. So that's your last chance to try grandfather clock chess before it just disappears and everyone forgets about it. But it's going to be interesting, I think, or maybe it will not be interesting. One of those things is true. I hope you've enjoyed Chess Whiz TV, because I have. Have a great day.